Friends, this is CA Manaskar. I am going to present before you the idea, the concept of accounting principles, accounting standard, GAAP, IFRS, Ind AS, etc. So friends, let us come to the question, what is GAAP? Sometimes we want to know the formation, how the GAAP is formed. GAAP is the generally accepted accounting principles. And these generally accepted accounting principles is formed by FASB, Financial Accounting Standard Board, and this FASB that is in USA, and the US companies are required to follow the GAAP, and these generally accepted accounting principles has got its objective. The objective is the clarity, consistency and comparability. Clarity means it is clear, it is transparent, and it is free from any illusion. Consistency means the accounting principles followed by the enterprise are consistently followed from one to other year. Suppose say depreciation. Depreciation methods are various methods. And if an enterprise is following a particular method, say a written down value method, then it has to be followed every year. If there is a change in method, it should be reported and its effect on profit must be reported. So the objective of GAAP is clarity, consistency and comparability. If the enterprises are following that GAAP, then their ultimate financial result can be compared with one with the other, because they have followed the same principles of GAAP. Sometimes the enterprise does not follow the GAAP, and in such case some enterprise are pro GAAP, they follow it. Some enterprise are non-GAAP financial reporting method, so they don't follow the GAAP. The ultimate objective of the GAAP is to ensure company's financial statements are complete, consistent and comparable. There should not be any incompleteness. The financial statement must follow the principles, the practice follow and given in the guidelines of GAAP, and consistent and comparable, that we have already discussed. Consistency means the principle, if you follow in 1 year, it should be followed every year. Generally, GAAP is followed by the US, and most of the other countries they follow IFRS. IFRS International Financial Reporting Standards. And this IFRS is followed by a lot of countries, where GAAP is followed in US. Whatever may be the idea, the concept of GAAP has been used in different countries in preparation of their accounting financial statements. Let us come to the next question, which is very important, that is, what is accounting standard? We always try to know there is accounting standard, but what is that? The accounting standard is a standard for financial reporting. It is an authoritative standard, And this accounting, the source of accounting standard is the GAAP. That means this accounting standard has taken a lot of concept, guideline, etc. from the GAAP itself. And the GAAP is also prepared by your FASB board, Financial Accounting Standard Board. So, GAAP is a set of principles which are very important for formulation of accounting standard. Accounting standards specify how transactions and other events are to be recognized, measured, presented, and disclosed in the financial statement. When a transaction is to be recognized, how the transaction must be expressed in monetary terms, how the transaction has to be presented, that is, presentation by financial statement. The financial statement includes balance sheet, statement of PL, cash flow statement, changes in working capital statement, etc. And this violation of accounting standard, how it will affect the financial statement. Another one thing which is very important, that is, what are the measures, what are the things that should be disclosed in the financial statement. Because the users of the financial statement, they want to clearly know what is happening in the enterprise, the investor, the shareholders, the owners, they are government, they are all interested in the financial statements. Therefore, this financial statement must have a clarity, must have integrity, must follow the guidelines. In India, the accounting standards are issued by ICI, that is Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. But some accounting standards are mandatory to be followed with the advice of Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Now, Ministry of Corporate Affairs are preparing the accounting standard, and generally on preparation they take the parent body, that is ICAI, advice. The enterprises are divided in three categories: level 1, level 2 and level 3. Some enterprise, they follow level 1. Some accounting standards are to be followed by level 1. Some of accounting standards are to be followed by level 2. Similarly, some are mandatory for level 3. So, friends, this is the introduction point of accounting standard. When we will go for the different accounting standard, there we will discuss in detail. Then let us come to what is IFRS. IFRS is the International Financial Reporting Standard. These are also accounting standard, and these are issued by, developed and maintained by International Accounting Standard Board, IASB, International Accounting Standard Board. These are very important. IFRS are generally followed by a lot of countries at present. IFRS is followed by 144 countries and it is generally followed everywhere. IFRS objective is the clarity, relevance, reliability and comparability. Now the question is the reliability of the financial statements. If a professional have certified the financial statement, it must be reliable, it must have a clarity, and it must have a relevance. So all these things, the reliability is a very important factor right now, and I should say government is heavily trying that the financial statement must be reliable. Then the next question is your difference between IND-AS, Indian Accounting Standard, and IFRS. The accounting standard developed and applicable in India is your IND-AS. The accounting standard, and IFRS, that is International Financial Reporting Standard. Let us come to the difference. If you go through the difference, then you are able to write what is IFRS, what is IND-AS, point wise you can write very well. The first point is the definition. IFRS stands for International Reporting Standard. It is internationally recognized. IND-AS is specific, applicable for India. Indian corporates, they have to follow it. That is your IND-AS. It is a IND-AS is nothing but it is a India specific version of IFRS. That means that IFRS has been little bit modified and to give the IND-AS, so that if the corporates, the companies, they follow IND-AS, that means they are following IFRS. Then shows the IFRS that has been prepared, developed, maintained by IASB, International Accounting Standard Board. But at present, the accounting standard IND-AS are issued by MCA, Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Previously, the accounting standards were authoritatively issued by Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. Then let us come to the applicability, where it is applicable IFRS. As I have already told you, IFRS is followed by 144 countries, and Ind AS is followed by Indian corporates. Only in India it is followed. Then disclosure principle. Companies complying must disclose that IFRS complied. If a company follows IFRS, it must state that it is IFRS compliant. But companies following Ind AS is not required to disclose the same. It is not mandatory that companies are following Ind AS. So disclosure is not mandatory if they are following, but in case of IFRS, if the company is following IFRS, then they have to disclose it. It is mandatory. Then comes the balance sheet. In case of IFRS, the companies must follow the specific guideline of IFRS in preparation of their financial statement, including balance sheet. In case of Ind AS, if the companies are following Ind AS, balance sheet format is not specified. They did not have to disclose that they have followed the balance sheet as per Ind AS. However, the Companies Act 2013, they have come out with the specific format of balance sheet, how the things are to be disclosed in the balance sheet and statement of profit and loss. So friends, in this video we learn about GAAP, Ind AS, IFRS and how it has been developed, and Ind AS. So if you like the video, please subscribe and offer your comments. These are very valuable. So let us meet in the next session. Thank you.